Hello, folks. So we're going to be working on that practice worksheet here. I'm going to do a couple examples for you guys on paper, even though we did a couple during the lesson, just so that you guys have like a video ready, handy. You actually see me writing it out. If you are struggling with this, I cannot stress this enough. Write it out, write it out, write it out. So first and foremost, we're going to go from moles to grams. So whenever I set these up, I always underline what I'm looking for, because if it's asking how many of something, I know this is going to be my unit. So I'm not going to lose points because I already have my unit identified. 5 moles of lead is what's given to me. And remember, anytime we're dealing with moles to mass, we need molar mass, okay? There is already a video posted about how to solve for molar mass, so if you are struggling with that, please go in, watch that video. It is also on the YouTube channel. All right, so when we're going from 5 moles of lead to grams, so I always start setting up my equation with what is given to me. 5 moles of PB, that's lead, okay? And I'm always going to multiply it by my conversion. So check your conversion charts for converting. If you're going from moles to grams, you're multiplying by molar mass over 1 mole. I keep breaking my pencil, so forgive me. All right, so now all I have to do is figure out what my molar mass of lead is. And if I look on the periodic table, we like ptable.com. It comes out to 207.20 grams on that periodic table. So it's grams per mole. Remember, because molar mass is grams per mole. Now, I'm going to plug this into my calculator. I put parentheses just so I keep track of what I'm doing. I'm going to grab my calculator. I'm going to put it right here so you guys can see what I'm typing in. 5 times 207.20 over 1. And that gives me 1036. Now remember, I'm not done here. I have to put in my units. That's my answer. Let's do another one. How many grams are in 2 moles of sulfuric acid? So first things first, that's a compound. So let me do a little work preemptively and solve for my molar mass. So I'm going to break down my compound. Remember, we've got hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. So hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. Now pay attention to your subscripts. I have 2 hydrogen, 1 sulfur, and 4 oxygen. Okay, that 1 isn't really necessary. However, it's going to keep everything nice and evenly spaced as I'm working on the paper, so I don't have to worry about it too much. So hydrogen's atomic mass, remember we're not making these up, I've got to find it on the periodic table, is 1.01. Sulfur is 32.06. And oxygen is 16.00. Okay? So now I got to do a little calculator work. So I always solve my multiplications first, just because it's step by step. 2.02. This doesn't change. Notice how I'm keeping my decimal places consistent. And 4 times 16 is 64. Okay. Now I got to add all of this up. So 2.02 plus 32.06 plus 64.00. And I get 98.08 grams per mole. So now I've got my molar mass. I can work on solving this problem. So I'm given 2 moles of sulfuric acid, and they're asking me how many grams. Boom, there's my unit. So when I set this up, I always start with what's given. And when I'm going from moles to grams, remember I set my equation up over 1 mole. Another quick hot tip when you're solving these, if you're starting with moles, then moles should be on the bottom. It should be in your denominator, because remember, we're going to be canceling those units out. And then let me plug in my molar mass up top. And then I can plug that into my calculator. So I already have my 98.08 there, but I'm going to do this so you guys see what I'm doing every single time. This way you get your consistency. And my answer is 196.16 grams. Okay, so we're going to pause this video. We're going to upload this as moles to grams. And then the next step, we're going to go from grams to moles.